All right, everybody. Keenan, so does this music. I get it. But unhappy Wednesday, everyone. Coming to you live once again from our humble abode. This is the Unhappy Gilmore Show, powered by Green Legion Radio, part of the Green Legion Radio family. We thank you for joining us from wherever you are and whatever service you may be using to tune in. So pull up a chair, turn up the volume, use the company dime if you're still stuck at work. God, on a holiday week, I hope not. But if you are, so be it. Crack open a cold one if you have the opportunity. And let's try to have some fun as we put an end to day 3 of this hostage situation. Actually, this should be the end of everybody's week, right? I know it was the end of mine. And we look forward to tomorrow being Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday. Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas too with the kids and everything, but Thanksgiving is really my favorite one. Food, football, just a good time to be home with your fam, watch some football, smash a bunch of good food, and enjoy. Califoot in the room. What's up, brother? Congratulations, Dave, on your recent purchase. Saw the pictures. Looks fantastic. Couldn't be happier for you, brother. Congratulations. Keenan Harmon says, Dallas sucks and so does green bean casserole. I make a shoe peg corn and green bean casserole. Loaded with cheese. So kind of makes it a little bit better. Califoot again, we'll just go with the F Dallas part. Captain Debs in the room. Yo, what's up, my friend? Great to see you out in Kansas City. That was a good time, despite the weather. we still had a ball out there. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit here. Who else? Brian Walden in the room. Never had green bean casserole. Well, I don't know where you've been. But Keenan says work sucks more than everything. Well, who really wants to work? I mean, when you really break it down, it's not about being lazy or entitled or a millennial or anything like that. I mean, some of it is, but, ask yourselves, who really wants to work? Like, if you could just do whatever you wanted, and not have to worry about it, you would do that, right? If you didn't have to work, you wouldn't. So, I mean, who the hell really wants to? Diane Evans, loved our trip to Kansas City. Absolute blast. Glad you had a great time. Keep signing up with us. Green Legion is always the best way to go. And thank you for joining us tonight, Diane. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. I don't know that we'll see Russ tonight. I think Russ last week had said he is working the door at a bar this evening, which, if you have to work anywhere the night before Thanksgiving, working in any bar would be a pain, like as a bartender or server or whatever. But if I had to work at a bar the night before Thanksgiving, I would definitely want to be on the door, because this is where all the people get so drunk, so trashed. It's the biggest drinking night of the year. People get absolutely hammered on this night. And it's the reason why I don't even like last minute runs to the grocery store on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, because there are just so many just absolute knuckleheads out there driving around, going to parties, heading to the bar hopping, wada. And nobody takes advantage. I shouldn't say nobody. A lot of people don't take advantage of Uber and Lyft. You don't have to call a cab anymore. You just do it right from your phone, right? Like, how much? It can't get any easier than that. But nope, there'll be plenty of hammerheads out there, smashed, driving around like a bunch of morons. And I can tell you right now, at least out here, all through the Midwest, honestly, these cops are ready for it. I drove home from Kansas City yesterday, right? I got up, I think I left the hotel in Kansas City at 6:15 Central Time, 6:15 a.m. Central Time. And I got about halfway through Missouri heading back towards St. Louis. And there was literally a cop at every single median, right? Every single thing in the middle of the highway where they could sit, there was at least one cop. And it was like that all the way into pretty much Indiana. So through Illinois, into Indiana, it was like that all the way across. So they're out there, they're ready. Don't be out there screwing around. I don't know why you would. It's all you're doing is putting yourself and everyone else around you at risk. So take Uber, take Lyft, have a designated driver. Whatever it takes. Just don't be out there getting hammered driving around. What else do we have here? Brian Walden. I don't want to go to work. Nobody does. Nobody really wants to. Come on. Gideon Harmon. I've been paying into Social Security for 50 years. Time for some withdrawals. David Califoot. Philly Keaton, I've been paying into FanDuel for about 5 years. I need some withdrawals. Well, see, you've got to actually win your bets. Then you can withdraw money from FanDuel because it'll be there. Grimby says take the over on everything. So, I don't know. I don't gamble enough to really, I think some of the prop bets are fun, especially when you come to the Super Bowl, like, what's the first commercial going to be? Who wins the coin toss? Blah, blah, blah. Who might score the first touchdown? Week to week, I mean, I feel like I could probably give some decent advice for what I think is going to happen. But really, I look at football as if everything's a money line, basically, right? Because I don't really gamble. So however many points somebody's given somebody, it doesn't really matter to me. I can try to look at it objectively like that and try to give advice, but especially when it comes to college. Like I got a guy I work with, and he likes to bet college football. College football spreads. I mean, when you're giving 35 points, I couldn't do it. There'd be no way. Even if I was a big gambler, I couldn't lay 35, 40 points. I don't care who's playing who. I don't care if it's the Justice League playing the Little Sisters of the Poor. I am not laying that many points. That's just out of control. All right. So kind of trying to stall here. We're supposed to have a guest come on, but we're going to run through our normal stuff here, and then we'll see if this person shows up. I'm hoping they will. If not, they're going to get text messages. Anyways, folks, if you're tuning in on Facebook or Twitter, please do not forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the Green Legion. If those services are where you're more comfortable, totally get it. But as you can ask most of the folks in the room here, the best way to interact with us while we're streaming shows is through the YouTube channel. Interact with us, interact with other folks in the room. The YouTube channel is the way to go. So even if you're more comfortable on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever, do us a solid. Head on over to YouTube, search the Green Legion, subscribe to the Green Legion and hit your little bell for notifications. Excuse me. Voice still healing up from Monday night. And don't forget to share us everywhere, right? Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all three, preferably Instagram as well. Share us everywhere. If you cannot catch our shows live, you can always watch or listen later on any services previously mentioned, but also on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. Oh, Lord. And here she is, folks. I didn't want to tell you who it was going to be because now you all know who was Super Sam Baseball Pro.
That's from before. I just didn't change it because I thought it was funny.
Well, it was pretty funny. How you doing, dear?
Well, I'm good. I did text you, but you didn't text me back, so I wasn't sure.
Because I was already off and rolling. I didn't want to. I tried not to check my phone. See? Let's see. When did you text me?
Before 6, but listen, I can be ignored. It's fine.
No. No, I don't have anything.
Okay. Oh.
Anyways.
Brian.
Here's our special guest tonight, folks. I figured
Did you talk about the fight I started in Dallas yet?
No. I was running through the normal stuff. I was just about to get to the All-Pro Green Legion Player Show, unless you wanted to pitch that one.
Oh, no, go right ahead, please.
All right, so you correct me where I'm wrong here. All-Pro Green Legion Player Show, Chickies and Pete's in Marlton, New Jersey, Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. live on Fox Sports The Gambler. That is 102.5 FM in Philly and South Jersey, on the iHeartRadio app, and at foxphlgambler.com. Features soon-to-be Hall of Famer wide receiver Irving Fryer, Eagles insider Dave Spadaro, player agent Gerald Colton, the Green Legion radio crew, and, of course, a current Philadelphia Eagle. Most of the time, right?
Yo, always a current Eagle, yeah.
So
we have a big guest this week.
Okay.
Coming up on Tuesday.
Drop it.
I can't.
You're not allowed to say anything yet?
Not yet. Not
well,
yet.
Damn it.
It'll be posted.
Nice. Right.
But it's a big deal. And
good.
It's not always on Tuesdays right now. I think there's some kind of college something happening that's screwing us up. So, but yes, right now it's Tuesday, 7 to 9.
So is Nova playing is Nova playing a night basketball game on a Tuesday? Because I know the Gambler carries the Nova
on
games,
Mondays.
Right?
On Mondays. Yeah, that's why we're usually on Mondays. So everything's all screwed up right now, but we're Tuesdays from 7 to 9 right now.
Yeah, right now. Anything changes, just tune in. The first thing I open with is telling everybody to subscribe to everywhere across our social media. So just pay attention and you'll get that.
Right. And the other thing is I will most likely be streaming this week,
right,
which I don't usually do, but I believe that this is a big enough deal that I should be streaming.
Awesome. This is why you asked the question last week. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I did tease that last week too. Yeah, folks, normally that player show is not streamed like what you see here.
Right.
But Sam did ask last week if I could kind of throw it out there that might be a thing coming up here. And I guess now we know why. We don't know who, but we know why. And we'll know the who soon enough, as soon as they want to tell us. So yeah, here we go. Your whole room's lighting up over here.
Yeah, but it says my guys. I missed it.
Yeah, of course. It's the usual suspects.
Wait, who said Sam started another fight? Another fight. See, that's the problem. Another fight. I have to stop doing it.
You probably do. Anyways, let me run through the rest of this here real quick.
Go for it.
As far as this show, still looking for sponsors. I think we've got one lockdown. He'll be back to his house down in Tampa after Thanksgiving. He's up in Philly right now visiting family. That should take care of kind of half the goal, hopefully. So we're still looking for the other half. If anybody knows anyone who's interested in sponsoring Green Legion podcast, go ahead and reach out to me or reach out to Sam if you know her information, and reach out to Quimby if you know his, and just drop Unhappy Gilmore Show name if you don't mind doing that. This would involve live read on the show as well as advertisement across all of the Green Legion social media platforms. As far as the Green Legion invasions, I told you all year long, he who hesitates, right? You all know how to finish that sentence. And I'm sure there's a bunch of you out there. I talked to some of you personally in Kansas City. You screwed around and you found out that I wasn't kidding around. You missed out. Here's what's left for the 2023 season. In Dallas, there are no hotel packages, no flights, only game day options available, no game tickets. You're talking tailgate and pep rally, tailgate only or pep rally only. In Seattle, it looks like that's still wide open for travel and game day options, but I would assume that is starting to get limited as well. So again, don't hesitate. If it's something you want to do, jump on it. From what I understand, there's also going to be a special guest out there in Seattle. Captain Demps will be bringing Little Miss out there with him.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's that sounds like that's going to be a thing. So if you haven't seen her in person, get her to sing the fight song for you. It is adorable. Looking ahead to 2024, Michelle and I are in for New Orleans. I would put I would tell Quimby to just mark us down for that now. That's the one we want.
Been.
Yeah, I have not been to New Orleans either. Michelle went once for like a bachelorette party years ago. I before I met her. I have never been there, so I really hope that one falls on a weekend that we can do it. And the Birds come here to Cincinnati next year. So you guys get the benefit of me coming down to work where I just have to commute from my house instead of staying in the hotel. But we're also in Baltimore, Tampa, the NFC West division winner, which is probably going to be San Francisco, and Dallas, Washington, and New York like every year. All right, that's usually what I usually talk about my little Midwest Eagles nest out here too, but I've rambled on for long enough. All right, before we get into the boner of the week and the rest of the Kansas City stuff, I know that Sam was chomping at the bit to get on the pregame show on Monday, and Quimby and I had a little too much fun with the run sheet, so there wasn't a whole lot of time for her to get on there. So Sam told me she was going to come on tonight.
I could have interrupted, but I was having a good time with the crew that was there. There was a fun bunch.
It was good.
Those were all fun people, all different ages. That was a really fun group of people.
I had a good time.
I was having a good time hanging with everybody and just going from groups to groups to groups to just having a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. But I understand there was a bit of a meltdown.
I did
on your way to Kansas City.
So we had a layover in Dallas.
Problem number one.
Right. And as Stephanie will tell you, I don't do well when I have to be misdirected 9 million times. Dallas Airport is very large. You take this tram thing in a circle and you go from like A to B to C to D to E. And within each one of these stops, there's 3 stops. So like A has 3 stops. A, 10 to or 1 to 13, and then B 14, whatever. 3 stops, 7 places. Okay, whatever. It's fine. All that I can handle. We go to Stephanie and I go, we grab something to eat and everything's fine. We have plenty of time. It's like 3 hours our layover. And it was great because we were hungry. It was busy travel weekend. We all understand. Okay. We get to our terminal, which is C. While we were eating, the terminal had changed twice from C to B back to C. Okay, I didn't do any of that walking. I didn't have to go up an escalator, on a tram, down an escalator. And anyone who knows me well knows I'm not good at walking. That's really not my forte. I don't do steps well, and walking those far distances really takes a toll on me. So we get to our C departure, whatever, C12 we'll call it, even though it was changed to C22, like in the second that we were there. In that 5 minutes after we get settled and I'm going to grab a water and maybe use the bathroom, we have a couple minutes to spare till we start loading into the plane. And they say, your gate has been changed to A. I'm not done. Look, because now I'm starting to get heated again. So now we have to get on the train, this tram thing, this like, whatever, I don't know. What do they call that thing in Disney World? Tram?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. We have to get on this thing like in Disney World and go to A. Here's the kicker. One way is stopped and broken down magically. So now we have to go all the way from C, D, E, F, or whatever, and back to A. Okay, fine. That's up the escalator to the tram. I get ready to get on the tram. Stephanie gets inside the tram. I'm about to walk in. The tram shuts on me. Stephanie and I leave each other, and she's waving. She's waving to me in a distance, like, no. So now we have to wait for that to circle all the way back around for me to get on it. Are we allowed to curse on this one or no?
That's a podcast.
This little shit keeps bumping into me. This little girl who was probably like 22 years old. She keeps bumping into me. So, of course, like a good South Jersey girl, I hip check her into the wall because I was so agitated that I had to go on this tram, which was did I add 9 million degrees? I must have missed that part. She keeps bumping into me. I hip check her into the wall. The guys that we were hanging with at the tailgate, they saw it. You'll know the guys once I tell you. So they see me hip check this girl into the wall. Mom, she pushed me. I shoot a look that could kill. I'm so agitated. I know, Russ. I know. I'm a pain.
Russ says you have a potty mouth.
I do have a potty mouth. So we finally get off the tram. We go down the escalator, walk to A, which is of course the last one. Why would it be anywhere?
Mhm.
I'm a little annoyed. I finally see Stephanie. She's got a place for me to sit. Great. I'm going to go to the bathroom because remember, that was what I was, and get water, which is what I wanted to do. They tell us we're delayed. Hi. Happy Thanksgiving, Lou. They tell us we're delayed 10 minutes. No big deal. And we look up and our gate is changed back to C.
Oh.
So, in full Samantha fashion, I rip off my sweatshirt, I throw it on the ground, and I scream at the top of my lungs, Dallas sucks. Stephanie shoots me a look like I'm about to get detained by security. We get back on the tram, up the escalator, back on the tram, all the way back around to C again, because it's only going one way, remember? Back down the escalator, we get to the gate, and they start loading us in. I still never used the bathroom, and I still never got my water.
Oh, my God.
Okay? That was my day in Dallas.
So I really blame it on Kansas City.
I was going to blame Quimby, but okay.
You can blame Quimby. Well, I mean, Cap, I don't know if Cap is still in the room. I know he got fortunate and he was able to fly direct into Kansas City.
We had direct. They changed
If you look, there are not a lot of direct flights into Kansas City. I don't care where you're coming from. I'm in Cincinnati, right? So 8.5 hour drive is what by airtime? An hour and a half?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, I would say almost 2 hours.
Nothing direct from here to Kansas City.
Forget it then.
I'd have to. You're talking connections in Atlanta, Charlotte. I can't, of good sound mind, get on a plane here in Cincinnati, fly to Charlotte in North Carolina just to go all the way out to Kansas City. I would lose my mind.
No, and
that sort of logistics drives me crazy.
Right. So
I can't do it.
And I don't. Like for me, a 2 hour layover, a 3 hour layover, like this was all understandable. There was no issue there. For you, it would never be worth it because in the time that you had to go to the airport, get through security, do a layover, get there, it would be the same 8 hours.
That's exactly why I drove. Well, right. that and the price of the flight.
Right.
But for me, they wanted to charge me $1,000 to do what you just said.
There's no other way for me to get there.
No. No, you're 9 hours from me.
And the direct flights that we had, because we had direct flights, they messed it up. And I'm sure it's because of the holiday. They were trying to get more stops in to get people where they had to go.
More than likely.
I mean, half our plane was going to Dallas on the way there, and half our plane was going to North Carolina. So on the way home.
Yeah.
North Carolina Airport was a very pleasant experience. In case you're
that's the one that's the one we connected to from here. Anyways, that's the one we connected to when we went to Punta back in 2020.
Okay, yeah, that was very pleasant. Cap's here.
Yep, Cap's here. There he is, Mr. Direct Flight from I don't know if it was Baltimore or
Cap,
DC.
you know what this means?
Right. But I blame a lot of it on Kansas City because there's just nothing direct going in there.
Well, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing to see, nothing to do. There's that one live, which is awesome, but that's it.
Yeah. That place was cool. And the place where we had the pep rally was awesome.
Oh, then no other pub. That was amazing.
No other pub. Yeah.
Big shout out to them. That was a fun time. They had so many fun games and things to do. It wasn't just like a random drinking place.
Yeah, no, they had golf simulator, two-lane bowling alley, beer pong, ping pong, shuffleboard, cornhole, darts, and a pool table.
Yeah.
I mean, all inside this place, not to mention plenty of room if you're just sitting there drinking. Cap flew military planes.
I can't blame Cap. Cap rescued me on Monday.
Yeah.
He took me into the game an hour early.
Yep.
So that I wouldn't get trampled.
Well, and thank God. Because the legit, and I have that as my boner of the week.
We'll stop. Then leave it for you. Don't stop talking about it.
Right now. No. You're more than welcome to participate in this because the boner of the week is whoever designed the way in and out of that freaking stadium.
Traffic wise and walking wise.
The people.
Yeah.
I mean, were you had you been to Arrowhead before?
No, that was my first time. That's why I went because I wanted to see it.
Me too. I thought it was cool. It always looked cool on TV. People who I know who've been there said it was pretty awesome.
Loudest
Right?
stadium. It beats
Loudest stadium.
It beats Seattle now.
Right. So, like, in addition to working that trip and being able to be with y'all, I mean, I was pretty like stoked to check that one off my list. You know what I mean?
Me too. Me too.
The structure outside was cool. The pictures you could take from inside once we were at the seats were cool.
I even like the shape of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the aesthetics of it are awesome.
But the science.
But I mean, could someone please tell me who in the blue hell designed the traffic flow of humans to get in and out of that dump?
I just feel like if you would have had better signs that told us where to go and how to get there, that would have been taken a lot easier. I'm choking. Hold on.
Yeah, you're good. I mean, going in from one side, the way we were coming from, there was a little bridge you had to go across, which got jammed up with people. And then you had to go through a tunnel, which when that gets jammed up now, it's already damp out. It's raining. People are wet. People have been drinking. It smelled like whale shit with burnt hair on it. Like, it was just absolutely disgusting. And I'm so glad the tunnel going in
or on the way out.
We didn't go to tunnel on the way out. I was with Cap on the way out. We didn't go tunnel.
How did you get through? How did you get over?
We went along the fence line until it stopped, and then we kind of like went down this muddy, grassy hill. You would not have been able to. There was a big, huge dude fell over, was rolling down the hill. I mean, so when you got to that part, coming back out, going through that part, it looked like an event from American Gladiators. Like, people were slipping, sliding all over the place. It was wild.
The way Cap and I walked into the game.
He told me that was the way we went out.
Yeah, but we went through the tunnel.
Yeah, so we didn't do that.
But there was no one with us because we were an hour early.
There was so nobody was around.
We walked right in. Security was down there. Walked right through the tunnel and went right in.
Yeah, so we were pretty much able to do the same thing. But like, even walking through there when we were coming through, it was a little bit jammed up and it stunk. Like, just like I said, it was just gross. Like shit with burnt hair on it. It was that nasty.
Okay.
And people just stinking up all over the place. It was gross. And then, like I said, coming back, if you tried to go that way going back, you'd have been standing there for an hour.
Right.
Because it was all jammed up. The tunnel was jammed up.
We did. We stood there. We waited.
You went that way with Quimby coming back out.
Right.
That's what took y'all so long.
Oh, to say the least, it took us forever to get through that tunnel. And I'm sure if it was my fault because I can't walk for shit.
You wouldn't have been able to go the way we went. Even
getting down those steps. So it was weird to me in Arrowhead. I felt like I had more room standing. It didn't feel steep. It didn't feel real steep or shallow where we were sitting, but getting up those steps was so steep.
Yeah, it was. It is way up.
It didn't feel like that while we were there. Once I got there to my seat, I didn't feel like there wasn't a lot of room. I felt like there was a lot of room for as steep as it was.
Yeah, no, once we were at the seats, I felt like it was fine. Just walking up there was like, my God, is this ever going to
I needed to brake. I needed to pause.
Yeah, like Denver. Denver was like that too.
Yeah, but that's because of the air.
Yeah.
And I didn't try to fight anyone in Denver, unlike other people I know.
Yeah. Hey, Big Red asked for it. But then once you get in there, then you had to go up the spiral things.
Yeah, Cap wants to know if you remember the drunk lady that rolled.
Yeah, there was the lady that rolled down the hill. There was another lady when we were just coming out of the stadium who was literally just standing there with her two friends crying. And I went over, the Chiefs fans, I still went over. I'm like, yo, are you all right? Like, is everything okay here? Do you need help? But yeah, I remember the lady like rolled down the hill and was just laughing about it. Just and went roll. That was that hill. Like you.
So basically, Captain and I were the only sober people in that entire stadium, is what you're telling me.
I was sober too.
Oh, okay. You, me, and Captain.
Yeah, I didn't. I had one shot and one beer at the tailgate, and I had one beer at the game. That was it.
Oh no! When I say sober, me and Cap, we went. to
Oh,
the game.
whatever, straight edge, whatever. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Enough. But yeah, then you got in here. You had to go up the stupid, right? So we go in.
Did you go up one all the way?
We went all the way up.
Yeah.
And then we can't find 342.
Right, because it only went to 340.
So we had to walk all the way down.
You had
go
to go
back down one.
Right.
Over again. Go back up one.
Right.
And then the 342. No signage telling you where to go to handle that.
Exactly. So the only good part about that is you didn't have to go all the way to the bottom. I forget what stadium. There's one stadium you have to go all the way down. This had like a landing. Is it Denver?
Tampa.
Okay. This
was
Tampa. Yes, it's Tampa.
Yep.
So this one had they had another like causeway where you could go to so you didn't go all the way down to go back.
That's still bullshit.
Well, if there were better signs and Cap and I asked people and everyone who worked there went,
yeah, they don't know shit. Steph went up and asked one little old guy, and you could sound like Boomhauer from King of the Hill.
But no one was
ding dang do.
No one was trying to tell us the wrong way. They just didn't know.
They didn't know.
That was crazy.
That whole place was crazy. Maybe look, you shouldn't have to put in the code to get 30 lives in Contra in order to find your seat at a football game. Okay? That shouldn't be a thing. It was obnoxious. What's Keenan got here? Yeah. Tampa had to go to the bottom and walk past the dumbass boat. And it was like that at either end of the stadium because the opposite side, you had to do the same thing. Michelle, Dan, and I found that out.
Right. Well, I did. That's what me and Stephanie did. No, I think I might have been by myself. I walked in early because you know me. I like to get a head start.
Right.
I might have been by myself, walked all the way up, and then realized I was in the wrong spot and had to go off all the way down.
No, Tampa, I was with Michelle and Dan, and we were all drunk. So that just made it even worse.
Oh, okay.
But, like I said, it shouldn't take all that to get into a game.
There should have been some big signs that told you.
Right.
How
like
far.
340, or because there are actually those things that go all the way up to that spot. There should be signs out there saying these sections go to this one.
Right. Exactly.
Right? And there's just not. It just tells you go up the ramp. Okay, so we go up and then you're stuck. Now you got to walk through. And Quimby, I'm walking with Quimby and Steph. The whole time, Quimby's screaming at all the Chiefs fans. Your stadium sucks. Your owner's too cheap. Couldn't afford enough concrete to connect all the. He was going off.
But I didn't hate that stadium. So
what? Arrowhead?
I didn't hate the actual stadium. I just hated the way they had it set up to.
I hated the getting in and getting out of it. That was bad.
Oh yeah, no, but the actual stadium is old school. I like
the look of it was cool.
Okay.
I love the look of it. But I got to take that into consideration if I start ranking stadiums because that was pretty brutal getting in and out of that place. And maybe that's part of the reason why they can't sell out to season ticket holders. Well, there's no waiting list.
There's a lot of seats there, and I know that. Remember, around the third quarter, halfway through the third quarter, stadium started emptying out.
Gone.
Yeah, I was shocked about that. It was a really close game. It wasn't like a blowout of any sorts. And all of a sudden, I look around and I look at Stephanie, and I was like, "The stadium is like no one came back after halftime."
Nope.
It was like
I was expecting it to fill back in.
Yeah, me too.
I know some of it did, but not enough of it.
End of the third quarter, there was like full sections of people missing.
Gone.
I looked at her, I was like, this is so crazy.
Well, two reasons, right? Now we know. One, getting out of there is a nightmare.
Get out of there, absolutely, 100%.
And then getting in your car or whatever to get away from the stadium is a nightmare. Which I knew, but I mean,
we heard that. We were prepared for that.
But even just walking out of there was an absolute disaster.
No, that was crazy.
Yeah. So that's my boner of the week is whoever designed this flow for humans. The traffic for the cars, that's not all them, right?
No,
it's in the middle of nowhere. Right. It's in between Independence and downtown Kansas City.
Right.
There's nothing else out there. Thankfully, the highway is right there.
Right. And so that doesn't get that didn't seem like it got too backed up. Like they were letting people get through.
Yeah. Well, and the way the buses went, I mean, I was pretty surprised at how quick we got out of there. Even though backed up that street a little.
The Giant Stadium's similar where it's one lane in, one lane out of
Foxborough's like that too.
Okay. And now you sit there and you're like, what's happening? Why is this? I mean, the link,
Giants worse though because you got to deal with the New York people. and the New
depending on
York
where
traffic.
you park at the link, there's parts that take forever to get out of, but there's other sides where again you're walking further, but you're getting right onto 95, and like it takes
and
us
that's worth it.
it takes me probably 20 minutes. It takes me longer to walk to the link from my parking spot than it does for me to get home from the link.
Oh yeah, see that's totally worth it. I'd
And
rather walk that far.
You've driven from my house to the link.
Yeah, it ain't far.
It's 7 minutes or 12 minutes with traffic.
Mm-hmm.
But to get out of the park, to walk to where we are parked versus where we sit, it's further, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So
when y'all were leaving, so when you were coming in, were there Chiefs fans? So that those spirals, they have the metal thing on the inside.
Yeah, they were pounding on the thing
and doing the chop, right?
Yes, Kat and I even said that's cool. Like that was a neat thing.
We had a good time walking out of there doing it right back to them.
Well, yeah,
that was my favorite part was standing up there and all of us just shitting right back at them with the chop.
My favorite part. That was
that was great.
Yeah.
And doing it on the way out where we were banging, Cap and I were there banging on the metal.
Yeah, see, I didn't go that way, Adam.
Yeah.
We didn't go that way.
It was Cap, me, and who was it? Tim? Cap is still in the room. Who was walking with us? I'm drawing a blank here. But yeah, we're walking out banging on the metal and doing their whole chop chant. They were mad as shit. It was awesome. Oh, there's Andrew Bagley. He comes in every week. Happy Turkey Day, everyone. Be safe. Let's go Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, and Phillies. Yeah, how about the Phils there, Bagley, with that 7-year, $170 million to Nola? How do you feel about that one, bub? That's a little steep. I don't know if I'd have given Nola all that money. So, are you off to Seattle in a few weeks?
No, I do go. I go to Dallas though.
You go to Dallas.
Well, hopefully,
I'm way better.
Let's hope. Hopefully, I'm allowed into that airport. We'll see.
I
might be on a list now after my meltdown.
Well, weren't you the one that's saying that one of the cops nearby was hot? You were hoping for the cavity search?
No, that was in Philly. In Philly, he was so good looking that I just stopped talking and I couldn't form sentences. And Stephanie's looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, So that was a different story.
Yeah. Aside from the game and the pep rally, I mean, Kansas City just doesn't offer a whole lot, right?
No.
I know the barbecue's really good, and I'm not knocking that. Our tailgate spread was awesome.
Yeah, that was good food.
That food was really good. But yeah, like unless you're going to go to the Negro League Baseball Museum or the Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame, which is at that little
the arena. World War I Museum, the one guy was telling me about, he said it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
He spent 3 hours there.
Holy jeez.
I know. He said it was incredible. But
that baseball museum, we were in there for 3-4 hours. I tell you, that wasn't even long enough. That was pretty cool.
No, I didn't mind the hotel. I know Quimby.
Hotel was nice.
I liked it. I thought it was cool. It is weird to me that bars shut down at 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
When they're making money.
Midwest, dude.
I mean, I know that different states have different laws as far as like when you can serve alcohol to. So that was a little odd to me, but.
Well, it all goes in what license you have as well.
Right.
So like the back porch where my group hangs out, right?
Right.
On Sundays, they only have the liquor license to midnight.
Okay.
Or midnight or 10 o'clock or something like that. He closes at 10 o'clock on Sundays. When we're up there for Sunday late games for the Birds, like we order our last buckets and pitchers and whatever at halftime.
Will they let you sit and drink them, or do they?
Yeah, we can sit and drink them.
Okay.
But we can't be there like all night. Yeah.
In San Diego, they call last call. You have like 5 minutes to get out of there. Like,
that's obnoxious.
Yeah, it is. So
I mean, why wouldn't they just do like everyone else does and just set the clock a half an hour ahead and call it, right?
It's a weird
Russ Taylor said Negro League and didn't get canceled like the announcer from Oakland. Did you hear about that last season? The one of the Oakland A's announcers.
Yes. Yeah.
Those
do you like them? Can you see them?
Yeah, I can see him.
Okay. Yoda
I'm
is.
surprised they don't have like stormtrooper outfits on.
Oh, you can't see Yoda. He's next
No,
to me.
can't see Yoda. Oh, there he is.
And now my doorbell's ringing. So let's go find out who that is.
That was Mr. Landlord. This here an eviction notice. Can you say scum bucket? Yeah, Russ, that was pretty brutal. I don't know how dumb you have to be to actually say that on the air on live television, but that was pretty bad. And that was the week I think we had like 3 different people that were boner of the week that week. It was like Miller Huggins, that moron from the A's, and one other person. I can't remember who the hell we were talking about. But it was like this whole like cornucopia of just idiots that made that segment very, very, it took up like the whole show. I'm gonna not put that one up for you.
First of all, I definitely have my Eagles pajama pants on.
Yeah, we saw. No, so just be careful, you.
Well, if I was to die, you would have found me. You would have known.
Well, at least I'd know where you are.
I know.
Call Steph. Hey, Steph.
Go get Sam. She's on the floor in her
Come
living
over
room.
my camera here.
Oh, she fell over. She can't get up.
Right. All I hear is her screaming. So
Well,
no Seattle, but you're heading to Dallas.
Yes, if they let me.
What? You're what? To the airport, you'll be fine.
I don't know if this is if they make me change planes again. I'm gonna or change runways or whatever again. After that many times, I don't know if I can take it.
Andrew, this is Super Sam Ross. She is the glue, the absolute glue that holds the Green Legion together.
No, I'd say Stephanie's
doubt
got
about
that pretty taken care of. I just help with this radio stuff, this radio and podcasting stuff.
She fills in all the spots that need to be filled. That's why I called her the glue. Stephanie's really running the show now.
Yeah, she's doing a great job too.
She's killing it. Yeah,
she's killing it.
And she's so nice to everyone.
Too nice sometimes.
I know you think she does. She answers the phone too much, or stays on it for too long.
She's got to make sure everyone's happy.
Right. Well, she's a happy.
And they're
person.
not used to it.
Well, look who they had been. I'm not going to bash anybody on here, but they weren't exactly dealing with Stephanie before that, right? We'll leave it at that.
That's right, Keenan. I am. I'm lead security at Green Legion.
No doubt. And we were telling people all weekend. They come over.
And no one believed me.
Right. I tell them, Sam handles all of the light work. Just handle this.
So.
And she's up in everybody's face about T-shirts. Buy a T-shirt. Now.
So
you guys need to send me a bunch of them.
All right.
I can probably say I got at least 5 people right now that'll buy them. I'm sure
I text you about that too. Did you not get it?
I didn't get any of your shit.
All right. So our phones don't like each other.
All right. So was it just me or was it the group to chat with Steph too?
I think it was just me and you.
All right. I'm gonna delete the thread that is just you and me.
And start over.
Because that might be part of the issue. I
probably got all that juicy stuff. No, I'm kidding.
Well, now my wife listens to this. You're not supposed to say that on here.
Excuse me. She was there for all of
it. Oh, you were talking about Tampa. I thought you. Never mind.
I wasn't in Tampa.
Shh.
It's getting out of control.
Coming off the rails. What do you got?
What is your 1 through 10 rating of Kansas City, the Chiefs Stadium? And how do you say the name of that place?
Arrowhead.
No,
I'm guessing it's Giha. We were calling it something different.
I know, but I couldn't. I mean, that was so weird to me.
Yeah, Giha Stadium. They're all getting that though. They're all getting these weird spots. Like here at Cincinnati, it's Paycor Field or whatever now. You'll see that dump again when you come out next year.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is a dump. Have you been to this one yet here?
No.
Yeah, it's a dump.
Fun.
If I lived in Hamilton County and my taxes were helping pay for that place, I'd be furious.
Okay.
So the seats are green. Just to give you an example how cheap the owner is, the stock color
of
seats is green.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he tried to. They thought he was fooling everybody, calling it the jungle
Yeah,
because
the
it's like,
cats.
dude, and we all know you're just a cheap bastard. So
1 through 10.
one
What do
through
you think?
10 for Arrowhead.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it is like I said, the site of it is still cool
Yeah. It holds a
and
ton of people.
holds a ton of people. It's wicked loud, which I get into when I'm at
So
sporting
I've
events.
I never heard anything like that.
I think the link equals it, and I don't think it gets enough credit.
The link has conveniences that don't exist at other places
Yeah,
besides the Giant Stadium. Giant
I'm
Stadium is
talking about the volume.
volume. No, link is not. If
I know they
Seattle,
wait. I know the decimals and the decibels and stuff. They say it's not, but I mean, I'm telling you, that night when they retired Brian Dawkins' number,
well,
and
that's
that idiot kicker from the Giants missed a field goal. Reed calls a timeout, so he has to line it up, kick it again. He missed it again. I
all
don't
right.
know that I've ever heard a football stadium that loud before.
Let me put it to you this way: as the link gets loud when necessary, but consistently loud, that goes to Arrowhead easy.
Yeah, it was loud, and I get into that sort of thing even when I'm on the road. It's not my fans.
Right.
I still think it's cool.
Yeah, the consistent loud, like it never stopped. There was a point
No, they
where
were
my
loud.
ears were ringing.
Oh yeah, when they got the third down, especially down closer, like down below where we were. I mean, it was brutal. It felt like my ears were gonna pop. It was so loud. But yeah, I think it's a 7, and I would be higher, but getting in and out of there was such a freaking
No.
nightmare.
The
that
traffic,
I can't.
the traffic sucks. That tunnel sucks. The stadium itself, I really liked. I like the older stadiums. I like the originality of them.
I didn't see a whole lot in the way of amenities either.
No, very basic, but I'm okay with that. As
Yeah.
long as if it doesn't cost an arm and a leg.
Right.
So I'm okay with that, which that was how it was. But the fact that they sell 10,000 seats to visiting teams.
Right, because they don't have enough season ticket holders.
That's crazy.
So here's Keenan. Gehi is Geico's cousin, Government Employees Health Association.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So that's the sponsor of Arrowhead Field. So it's now like Arrowhead Stadium at Gehi, or Gehi Field at Arrowhead, or whatever the hell it's called, which I still find odd. But what did you think about the national anthem when it gets to where they're going to home of the brave? They all Chiefs.
I thought that was cool. Like I like things like that.
That's why I kept looking over it. I'm like, here it comes. It's coming.
Like,
and you can hear the crowd starting to sing along as it got closer to the end. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Cap, of course, sat right down. He's like, disrespect. Oh, did you also notice when the Birds came on the field, how a bunch of them ran straight down to the end zone down in front of us and knelt down in front of the soldiers that were standing there?
No, I didn't. I wish I would have seen that.
Yep. And then when the Chiefs came out on the field, they did not.
I wish I would have seen that.
Yeah. Yep. They came right down. I saw them kneeling down. I thought they were praying, and I looked at the back of the end zone, and that's where they were standing with the flag. Which was, I think Cap is the one that pointed it out.
You know what else I really liked about that stadium? Well, the scoreboard sucks.
The scoreboard and the sound.
Yeah, that sound was almost maybe equal to Washington.
See, I've not been to FedEx Field, and I don't care if I ever
go. Don't wait until.
Well, and Green Legion's always a bus trip down there, so it's not like a thing. You know what I mean?
It was awful.
I'm not going out of my way for that.
That part, the screens were not good. The sound was horrendous.
Horrible. The play clock thing was like from 1984.
Yeah.
On either end of the stadium. They need upgrades in a lot of areas.
What I did like, though, is like a lot of these stadiums, like LA, when we were in LA, every other second was some kind of sponsor commercial on those, like someone was selling something or doing something. There was like, oh, this person's here, or it was like constant. That was not like that at Arrowhead.
Well, but it would have been, except for the fact that when we were there, it was their salute to service night.
Well, thank goodness.
That's why every single thing they were doing was Vietnam vets.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that much. It wasn't even like overwhelming to the point where even if there weren't, and it was Monday Night Football, so there was a lot more commercials.
Yeah,
I feel like they didn't do the kitschy stuff that Link doesn't do it. Link doesn't do like, maybe one time a whole game they'll do like find the cup is under the eagle is under the cup. At LA, that was every 5 seconds. It was.
Well, it's LA. LA. I mean, look, overall, first of all, the Chargers don't have a fan base there. So basically the Chargers play 17 road games a year, right? Because they're either on the road or their own house is invaded by us or, whoever comes into town. And it's not like LA fans are douchey, right? They're Dodger fans. Yeah. Lakers are probably still the number one theme out there. The football thing is just something they go do for like a social event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not invested. It's not like Philadelphia. It's not like Cleveland or even New York for that matter. I was telling Arrowhead was a stadium we were not going to be able to take over. Right?
No,
we're not going to completely take over that stadium. Now, we had a good presence there, no doubt about it. But the fact that it's Kansas City, it's November, Kansas City's not a huge destination. You're going to find the same thing here in Cincinnati. Thankfully, there's enough of us here trying to gather there's a lot of green that lives here. It's just scattered all over the place.
Right.
Cincinnati fans are a little bit douchey. But the Bengals are good when Burrow's playing. So it's all just going to depend next year on when or where that game is. I really hope it's in September.
Me too.
You don't want to come here when it's cold because it's just like Kansas City. Now, I think the nightlife here is a little bit better, but overall, it's a small Midwest city, so there's just not a whole lot going on here. But yeah, like LA, the fans are just douchey. They're not dedicated, so they need all that extra BS going on all the time to entertain these people.
But Kansas City didn't have that, as far as I'm concerned. You knew what you were getting: barbecue and football.
Yep.
Right.
And people with their chant.
The bartender at the hotel did say, or not the bartender, the security guard at the hotel did say, "I never saw anything like this."
What, with us coming in?
He said it's been busy there before, but not from all of a team. He's never seen that many fans there.
No, we travel huge.
Yeah.
It's just, we're trying, and I'm, I was going to ask you about this on here, but I don't want to do it on here. What's it called? So listen, was there actually a fight Sunday night?
No, there was not a fight. I don't know how this rumor got started, but regardless, there was something put on. An email was sent out so that there wasn't going to be a fight.
That's what I assumed. He sends that email every time.
Exactly, but it was worded poorly this time. We'll just put it back.
All right, so who's got the leftover T-shirts?
Okay, so right now they are in the sky.
They're on their way back. Got it.
They're on their way back.
Okay.
I don't know if they're getting dropped off at my house or at the stadium. Either way, I will have them I'll have them when I get there.
All right. So grab, a few of the most popular sizes.
Okay. So large and extra large.
Large and extra large, medium and large women's, whatever.
Yeah.
Throw them in a box and ship them out here, and I'll get them sold through these people here.
All right.
And I will just either mail you a check or we'll figure out a way to Venmo it or whatever. And we'll go that way. Because I've already got 5 people that have asked. I brought a bunch of shit back for like my family, right?
Yeah.
And Michelle is the one that actually told me, when we were sitting on the bus, we're waiting for you guys to get to the buses. She said there was only like 10 people up at the back porch watching the game because, late night on a work night.
Right.
But she said people were asking about the T-shirts because they saw I had posted it in our group and they saw it. So I'm like, well, let me see if I could bring any back. And then, Q right away was like, I'll just do this or that with them, whatever.
Well, I will I will pull some aside for sure when I get them on Sunday.
Yeah.
And yeah, unless there's anything else you need to discuss with me besides my bad attitude, I'm going to
No,
pop
I'm
out.
glad you came on and gave everybody the story. I was waiting to hear the whole story.
I just had to get it out. You guys made me feel a lot better. I just needed to release that anger somehow. So I didn't get arrested this time.
Didn't get arrested this time.
Well, my mom texted me 5 seconds after I got off the plane, and I was walking to the hotel or walking to the bus. I get on the bus, I see the text message, and it says, Samantha, you know the rules. It's always don't get burnt and don't get pregnant.
Right.
She's like, but she said, but one more thing, don't get arrested. Or don't get locked up. She said, don't get locked up. And I thought that was very strange that she said that without knowing that I had the doubt.
Somebody told her something.
No, she said she had a feeling.
She just had a premonition that you were raising hell?
Just for the record, my 0 to 60 anger, outrage comes from her. So let's just make that note. She may seem sweet, but she could throw down.
Well, we're just happy you're on our side there. I can tell you that.
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. I'll be back. You never know.
Right. She could pop in at any time.
You never know. I get alerts all the time.
All right, Dylan. Great to see you. All right. So send the 2X as well if there's any left. The men's 2X. All right.
We'll
send
talk.
all the men's 2X.
I gotta pull some. I gotta pull some for you know who. So we'll see.
For sure. I got you.
I'll text with you.
All right, darling. Take care. We love you.
Tell the fam I said hi.
Will do. All right, there she is. She's not the best in the business for no reason, guys. That was a blast. I always love it when she drops in here. Makes me smile. Makes me smile even more when she's got great stories like that. How about she was going to beat up half of the Dallas-Fort Worth airport because she's pissed off about the different gates. But we're pretty much at the end of the hour here. I was going to go through some stuff, but that felt way more entertaining than the stat lines I was going to throw at you. So instead, we'll just close with this. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. We've had a pretty good year, and I'm not just talking about the birds. Okay. They're fortunate enough to go to Tampa and be with the Green Legion and that whole crew down there. Was fortunate enough to head to Kansas City this past weekend and actually, full-fledged, like, okay, I'm coming out there, but I'm not coming out there just to party. I'm coming out there to work, and be able to be a part of that. So, I mean, you talk about what you're thankful for. I am thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for Sam, Steph, Q, Diaz, Chris, and all of you, Keenan, Bryant, Dave, Andrew, everybody, Lou Mancini. I'm just thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for the support you guys show us every week. I hope you continue to do that. I'm thankful for whatever sponsorship may come our way here. I know we've got one that's pretty much ready. It's guy's like my best friend on the planet. And we're thankful for anything else that comes down the pipe too. So with that being said, I want you guys to just, not to sound too cheesy here, but everybody wants to have a good time when they're off work and everything. But, make sure you take in the time you have with your family, with your friends, whether you're doing a Friendsgiving or, like it's your traditional Thanksgiving with your family or whatever. Enjoy that time because you never know, right? The days are always numbered. You only get so many times to do this with everybody before people move away or whatever happens. So enjoy that time and be safe. Don't do anything stupid. At this point, that judge might not be back till next Monday. So it'll be a really long weekend with no turkey, no mashed potatoes, none of that stuff. We were going to talk a little bit more Chiefs and a little bit Buffalo Bills, but I'm glad we got to spend most of the hour with Sam. She is such a fantastic person and definitely one of the people I'm most thankful for being in our lives. So with that being said, for Dave Califoot, Keenan Harmon, Andrew Bagley, Bryant Walden, Russ Taylor, Susan Trainer, Who else? Michelle, I didn't notice my wife dropped in. It's and everyone else out there in Radio Land, and of course, who else dropped in? Lou Dominguez, Captain Demps, Suzanne Nunemaker. I didn't see. Talking to Sam, I didn't even. Not having you guys sitting in the rain, but wow, what a freaking game! Absolutely, Michael Scott, and everyone else out there, and of course for Super Sam. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving. I know I'm going to enjoy mine. I'm headed downstairs to make the cornbread right now. So yeah, enjoy the holiday. Enjoy your time off. Well deserved, I'm sure of it. And we will talk next Wednesday. Come on back. Maybe we'll make fun of the Chiefs then. And hopefully we'll be making fun of the Bills as well. Until then, this has been the Unhappy Gilmore Show, powered by Green Legion Radio and part of the Green Legion Radio family. Y'all be safe, enjoy, but don't overindulge. And as always, go Birds! All right, kids, that's it from here. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving, and we will catch you on the flip. Love you.